Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Friday, June 8th, 2018. I'm Fredicia Liebert. For the first quarter of 2018, the tourism industry on Nevis performed better than the corresponding period in 2017. The Nevis Tourism Authority, NTA, raking in more than $1 million from the 2% tax collected through the tourism levy. Chief Executive Officer CEO Greg Phillip at the authority made the disclosure when he spoke to the Department of Information on June 1st, 2018.
Now, it's very good news for us because based on what we can see thus far for the year, we've collected just under 1.5 million EC dollars, and that's 2% of what is actually spent for the year up until the end of April, that is. And for us, that basically is an indication that tourism is doing very well for the beginning of this year on the island of Nevis. We are now in a position where that figure is actually 17%, a 17% increase over what we collected last year at this time. So as I said, it's a good way for us to gauge the performance of tourism in Nevis for the year 2018 thus far.
The tourism levy is a 2% tax implemented by the NIA on services paid within the tourism industry, including accommodation and meals in restaurants. Philip is hopeful that the strong performance will continue through the summer months because of the major efforts from all sectors of the industry.
We're hoping that summer would be better than it was last year. We're certainly putting in a big effort to make sure that that is going to be the case. We know that many of our hotels are putting in an effort. The Tourism Authority, I can tell you for certain, has been working diligently this year to ensure that we have a very, very good summer.
The NTA official added that the NTA began building the necessary relationships earlier in the year to ensure bumper summer sales, including heavily promoting its summer activities. The third item on the calendar of activities for Child Month 2018 took place today, Friday, in the form of a parade through the streets of Charlestown, culminating at the El Camido T. Willett Park. A number of preschools as well as daycare centers took part in the march, which began at the Nevis Cultural Center. The theme for Child Month 2018 is Children's Health, Safety and Security are Priority, and the schools depicted the theme through various professions. A number of officials were present during the parade, including Premier and Senior Minister of Education, the Honorable Mark Brantley, as well as his Junior Minister, the Honorable Troy Liebert, Honorable Spencer Brand, and Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Kevin Barrett. The next event on the calendar of activities is the Delegates Enactment Concert, slated for Thursday, June 14th at the Nevis Performing Arts Center, beginning at 5 p.m.
In keeping with the theme, Children's Health, Safety and Security, our priority, our children will be showcasing their talents in the form of dance, drama, drumming, masquerade, just to name a few. The cost of the concert will be $10 for adults and $5 for children of primary and secondary age. The concert promises to be grand. It promises to be second to none. And so I am inviting you, the general public, out for our concert to support our children. Remember, they are our future nation builders.
Officials from across the Caribbean convened for the 29th CARICOM Heads of Social Security meeting at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort on Wednesday, June 6th, to discuss matters relating to social security systems. Senior Minister, who is responsible for security, the Honorable Vance Amory, said that the meeting signifies the need to always meet, and more so, under the auspices of the CARICOM. He noted that these meetings center on the Social Security Board's past endeavors, what they are doing now, and determine what they want to do in the future and how they will get there. The senior minister noted that the social security systems have a significant role to play in the preservation of the social dignity of the people. He added that persons often have concerns about the social security folding up, but he assured that this is not the case. Senior Minister Amy said the participants of the meeting should focus on how social security systems can play a positive and stimulating role in the longevity and the ongoing development of societies in the Caribbean and in Latin America. This meeting comes at an opportune time as the St. Kitts and Nevis Social Security Board is celebrating its 40th anniversary, said the senior minister. Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Timothy Antoine, congratulated the St. Kitts and Nevis Social Security Board for attaining this milestone. Other remarks came from Rosa May Whittier, Free Movement and Labour Officer at the CARICOM CSME unit, Reginald Thomas of Centro Interamericano de Estudio de Seguridad Social, and Dr. Omar de la Torre de la Mora, General Secretary of the Conferencia Interamericana de Seguridad Social. Elvin Bailey, Acting Director of the Social Security Board, St. Kitts and Nevis, chaired the proceedings, while Oscar Walters, Chairman of the Social Security Board, St. Kitts and Nevis, gave welcome remarks. The meetings are being held from June 6th to 9th, 2018. Still to come, Prime Minister Harris extends deepest condolences to the government and people of Guatemala. The details after this break.
My name is Greg Phillip. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Nevis Tourism Authority. Nevis Mango and Food Festival has been around for 4 years, and in our view, it is one of the most unique festivals anywhere, mainly because of what it does. You see, it celebrates the mango. We have over 40 different varieties of mangoes on Nevis, plus a very, very rich and good culinary scene, and we've put those two things together. So once you dine at this Nevis Mango and Food Festival, believe me, you're dining on food that has never been created before, because every single chef that cook at this festival have one excellent challenge. The challenge is everything you cook, every course of every meal must include mangoes from Nevis.
Welcome back. The Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris, has reached out to the President of the Republic of Guatemala to extend the deepest condolences on behalf of the government and people of the Twin Island Federation for the tragic loss of life that resulted from the eruption of the Fuego volcano on Sunday, June 3rd, 2018. According to Guatemala's Disaster Relief Agency, at least 75 people have died and more than 190 people are reportedly missing after the Fuego volcano erupted for the first time in more than 4 decades. In a letter to His Excellency Jimmy Morales Cabrera, Prime Minister Harris stated that the government and people of St. Kitts and Nevis are saddened by the destruction caused and are quite aware of the fact that when an incident of such magnitude occurs, an entire nation goes into mourning. Dr. Harris added, "We therefore pray that the families affected will be able to overcome this catastrophe and return to a peaceful life, and the nation of Guatemala is restored to stability and a promising future as soon as possible." The Prime Minister's letter to President Morales continued, "The same as the good people of Guatemala reach out to each other in a spirit of love and compassion at this time, so too the government and the people of the Federation to the government and the people of Guatemala in the same spirit." Prime Minister Harris further assured the Guatemalan president that in this time of sorrow, the bonds of friendship that bind St. Kitts and Nevis and Guatemala will be strengthened and maintained.
I can be anything that I want to be.
Premier and Minister of Education, the Honorable Mark Brantley, presented storybooks and other items to the students of the Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School earlier this week. The Minister of Education noted that the books were written by a local couple.
And they have written a series of children's books for those that are in kindergarten. And his name is O.T. Bego, and he has donated some of these books, and I thought it would be a great thing to bring them here for you to read. But this one is all about aspiring to be a doctor. But I wanted to read a little passage out of it for you. Part of it says, and I'm going to work hard to achieve my dreams. Can you say that with me? I'm going to work hard to achieve my dreams. So raise your hands up and say after me. I can be anything that I want to be. I can be anything that I want to be.
He then presented the donation to the principal of the school, Chanel Pemberton.
These books are a series. They're called the Aspire book series. And as soon as I get them, and so long as I get them, I will donate them to the various schools. So, Madam Principal, these are for the children, I would imagine at kindergarten level, or for anyone else who would use them. And then I also have a set of buttons. These ones says you can be anything. These ones say, keep calm, I got this. You know what this one says? Natural hair rocks.
The children of kindergarten as well as their teacher thanked Premier Brantley for his timely donation.
I know I can be what I want to be what I want to be. If I work at it, I'll be where I want to be where I want to be. I know I can be what I want to be what I want to be. If I work at it, I'll be where I want to be where I want to be.
And with that said, Mr. Brantley, we want to thank you so much for your donation.
Kindergarten teacher at the Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School, Kishma Wilking. That's how we end this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Fredecia Liburd. Thank you for viewing.
Summer line, yeah, it's counting around my time. 44 gives me hair, I know you love it here. Troops and festivity.